I can't wait to tell you about Verdi's Requiem, one of the great masterpieces of all time, and one of the most interesting too, the story surrounding it. Giuseppe Verdi conceived of this piece originally with the idea they were going to write a requiem for Rossini's death. And he asked a bunch of friends of his to each write a movement of his piece. Well, for some reason, Verdi chose a Libera Me movement. And he completed his, but right before, a week or so before the performance, it never happened. So Verdi thought, I'll write my own. So who he wanted to write this for was a famous poet and diplomat, an important person in the Italian culture, Manzoni. So some people refer to it, the first performance, as Manzoni's Requiem. He wrote the entire piece, this one himself, and it is a fantastic work. Originally prepared in San Marco in Milan, but then moved across the street a few days later to La Scala. And he conducted several performances in La Scala. Immediate hit, was a big hit in Paris immediately the next year. But a kind of fascinating story, it went to London and they couldn't fill the hall. And the reason why, because the people in London kind of didn't think it was right having this sacred text in a secular building, Royal Albert Hall. Well, needless to say, the power of this piece is what grabs everyone. Each movement is power-packed. It starts with this hushed movement with the basses chanting Requiem, following into one of the longest movements of classical music, a 39-minute movement of the Dies Irae movement that runs through that entire text. This is the bass drum player's dream with that big offbeat on 2. It is so powerful and so poignant that you need to put your seatbelts on, and we will push you to the back of your seats when we come in on that second movement. It is a magnificent piece. Then, as you go through the work, the Sanctus is a great double fugue, followed by this wonderful Agnus Dei movement, which is lush and beautiful for solos. So if you do not know this piece of music, you simply must learn it. It is as good as it gets in the classical world, and a favorite of choirs and a favorite of orchestras. There's also, for this particular performance, 4 fabulous soloists, and you have to have fabulous soloists for this work. So I'm encouraging you to come prepared to be amazed by Verdi's power and his ability to set this text like none other has ever done. So I look forward to seeing you at Verdi's Requiem.